Welcome back to Tomorrow's Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. And today, we're going to get into talking about those grades. Yes, sir. It's time for you guys to understand your GPA. Many of you I know have gotten your grades from school, and you're probably sitting there wondering, okay, what's going on here? You see a number down the bottom of the page, and it says 3.0. All right, that's great. I salute you for that. Some of you may have GPAs that say at the bottom of it 2.5 or 2.0. We got to work on that, guys. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you are a student athlete that are looking to get scholarships to go play collegiate sports, you need to understand one thing. They base your GPA off of your core classes. Okay? And I'm going to read to you from the NCAA website, ncaa.org, specifically what they're looking for, okay? And then we're going to get back into our message here as far as with breaking down your GPA so you can get a true understanding of what's going on. Because I'm going to show you an example of how your GPA is calculated based off of the core classes that you take. And I'm only going to do it for your freshman and your sophomore year, okay? But back to this NCAA article that I read here, it says, what are core courses? Here it is. Not all high school classes count as NCAA core courses. Only classes in English, math, algebra 1 or higher, natural or physical science, social science, foreign language, comparative religion, or philosophy may be approved as NCAA core courses. For all of you that have taken those credit recovery classes, this part's for you. Remedial classes and classes completed through credit by exam are not considered NCAA core classes. Here's another one for you. Classes that are not academic in nature, such as film appreciation, video editing, or greenhouse management, those are not core classes. Classes taught below grade level at a slower pace or with less rigor or depth. These classes are often titled basic, essential, fundamental, or foundational classes. Those are not core classes. Your core classes consist of English, American literature, creative writing, math, algebra 1 through 3, geometry, statistics, natural or physical science, biology, chemistry, physics, social science, American history, civics, government. And then you have your additional comparative religion and Spanish 1 through 4, depending upon the track that you're on at your particular high school. So, as I just gave it to you from the NCAA website, I gave you some of the non-core classes, and I just gave you a list of all your core classes, okay? So what I'm trying to get you to understand is, guys, when you first come into high school, first thing you want to do is make sure that you're taking all of the necessary classes. The track that you're going to follow for you to graduate, those are the classes that you want to make sure that you take them every semester that are required, okay? Got to do that. I hate for you to get to the end, your senior year of high school, and say Mr. Williams, Miss Johnson, and Miss Florence, the three of you get in there with the counselor, and they say, guys, Miss Florence, you didn't take a social science class in your sophomore year. We don't have anywhere we can fit this in your senior year, and we'll still have you one class short. You're going to be upset. Miss Johnson, the same thing with you. And Mr. Williams, you're going to be upset as well. So, guys, I'm just trying to make sure you pay attention. I did an example based on, like I stated before, your first 4 semesters of high school. So that's your freshman, first semester, second semester, your sophomore year, first semester, second semester, okay? And as many of you already know, how your GPA is calculated is based off of a point system, points in your credits for each of the classes that you take. Now, I'm doing this the example that I'm showing you is at its simplest form, okay? And as I stated, you know, A's count for 4 points, B's are 3, C's equal 2 points, D's equal 1 point, and F's, we all know F's are 0 points, correct? Okay. Now, the example that I have here on the screen shows a student athlete that has taken And these are just random classes that I plugged in. So from the classes that I gave you here, you can actually list those classes in this example and divide accordingly, and you'll get your core GPA per semester. So basically what I did here, as you can see, freshman year I have English 1, Math 1, 1A, excuse me, 1A. I'm taking 1A classes for the freshman semester for English, Math, Social Studies, and Science. English, I got a D. Math, I got a C. Social Studies, I got a C. And Science, I got a C. Didn't have that grade of the first semester, huh? That's 7 points. That 7 divided into 4 gets you 1.75. That's not a great start, guys. That's not a great start. GPA, again, is 1.75. That's not going to cut it, because guess what? Your second semester, you have to get at least a 2.5 or better to make sure that you're eligible to play sports in your sophomore year. This is why I'm showing you the example. It helps you in the end, because now you're able to go ahead and prepare yourself, because as I stated before in the previous video, you want to go ahead and sign up for the NCAA clearinghouse as well as the NAIA clearinghouse to make sure coaches are starting to look at not only your film, but they're looking at your grades. You want to get a copy of your transcripts, guys. Keep a copy of your transcripts on you. From your freshman year all the way through, you want to have a copy of your transcripts. Because anytime a coach asks you for grades, you want to be able to submit them to him immediately. That way he knows you're serious. Young ladies, the same thing goes for you. If a coach come ask you for your grades, you want to be able to submit your grades immediately. Why? Because they know that you're serious. They know that you're in your books. Because a lot of times when they ask for grades, guess what folks do? Let me give me a second. Let me go ask somebody for it. Or they won't give them to me. Or they'll come up with any excuse possible to get out of giving them those grades. But you got to understand one thing. No grades, no scholarship. No test, no scholarship. Okay? All right. Now, after we went ahead, and calculated the GPA for the second semester of freshman year, that was a 2.0. He didn't get a 2.5 or better, so he's ineligible. He's basically looking at probably a 1.8, 1.9 maybe. You're still ineligible for the year. So your sophomore year, you're not going to be able to play. You may be able to get out on the field based on credit recovery classes, but guess what? Credit recovery doesn't help your core GPA. It doesn't. The NCAA has already told you that. So if anybody else go and tell you it does, please go to www.ncaa.org and go to student athletes future core courses, and it's right there in black and white. I'm giving you the link where I got the information that I just read to you from in the beginning of the video so that you know exactly what's going on, okay? Now, let's go to the sophomore year. Sophomore year, first semester, you got English 2A, Math 2A, Foreign Language 1A, Science 2A, all right? You got a C in English, a C in Math, an A in Foreign Language, and a C in Science. And that's 10 points, which is a 2.5, okay? Get a little bit better there. We're starting to roll a little bit. Now, sophomore year, second semester. Core classes, he took English 2B, Math 2B, Foreign Language 1B, Science 2B. He got a C in English, a C in Math, an A in Foreign Language, and a B in Science. Great semester there. He got a 2.75. All right, now we're moving. Now we're eligible. We're eligible to get back out there on the field now, okay? Now, this is the thing. Your core classes, like I said, I kept this as simple as possible. As you see on the screen there, kept this as simple as possible. English, you took 4 classes. Math, 4 classes. Social science, 2 classes. Foreign language, 2 classes. Science, 4 classes, which is a total of 16 credits, okay? Now, the letter grade that you received for each of those classes are based on the points as I gave you before. A A is 4 points, a B is 3 points, a C is 2 points, a D is 1 point, and an F is 0 points. So you got 7 points in English, 7 in Math, 5 in Social Studies, 5 in Social Studies, 8 in foreign language, and 9 in science, which is a total of 36. Your overall core GPA for your freshman and your sophomore years combined is a 2.25. All right? 2.25. Now, mind you, your second semester of your sophomore year, you want to go ahead and start preparing to take the ACT, SAT exam so that you can go ahead and get the necessary scores that you need so you can get that out of the way. That's just one less thing you got to worry about. Guys, I want you to keep in mind with the SAT has a sliding scale in which it helps a student athlete with this type of GPA with a 2.5. You're just going to have to get a higher score on that SAT exam. All right. So, guys, all I'm trying to get you to understand is with dedication and hard work, nobody can stop you. You just got to put in the work. The same type of work that you put in on the field is the same type of work you got to put in off the field. Again, you want to make sure your sophomore year, you're registering for the NCAA clearinghouse as well as the NAIA eligibility center. And I think I called it the NAIA clearinghouse before. Guys, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Also, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All of the social media links are down below. I put out a positive message every day for student athletes to read just to clear your mind and allow you to focus. Because right now, with so much going on, guys, we want to make sure we put you in position so that you're thinking clearly. You're able to see the end of the tunnel. You got to see that light to know, you got to see that light to know that you're close to the end of the tunnel so that you can do the things that's necessary for you to be the better you. As I always say, guys, be that one and lead.